Study Guide 5, worksheet on gas laws. Here's the first question. A gas is enclosed in a cylinder fitted with a piston. The volume of the gas is 2.00 liters at 0.524 atmospheres. The piston is moved to increase the pressure to 5.15 atmospheres. What is the new volume of the gas? Always read the question all the way through. And then we see that we've got some numbers in here, and so we think, well, a table is probably a good idea. Tables work for most of these gas problems. So we'll make a table, and we'll have 1 and 2. So the first number that we come across is 2.00 liters. So we'll write that down, 2.00 liters. And that is a unit of volume. So we're going to label that column volume. 2 liters at 0.524 atmospheres. And that is a unit of pressure. So that's the pressure. And then next, it says the piston's moved, so something's changing. The pressure is increased to 5.15. So that's a pressure. We're going to write it in the pressure column, 5.15 atmospheres. And it says, what is the new volume? And we look at our table, and we're like, oh, cool. There's one blank in there. We'll call that V2. Because it's in the V column, and it's in row 2. So we see that we have V's and P's and 1's and 2's, and we need an equation to do that with. So I'm going to give you a sheet of equations for the exam so that you can go look at them. So you're going to look up the one that has P1 and V1 in it. P1, V1 equals P2, V2. Then we need to rearrange this to solve for V2. Oops. I wonder if that would work. Just kind of experimenting here. Opacity. Let's see what. Nah, I don't want that. We'll go with this, a different color. So V2 is what we're trying to find. So we want to get rid of P2. We do that by dividing, because P2 over P2 is 1 and goes poof. If we do it to one side, we have to do it to the other side. And that's how we get our equation. V2 equals P1, V1 over P2. Be careful that you copy things down carefully. Because if you get your P's and V's and 1's and 2's mixed up, then you get the answer wrong. So P1 is 0.524. Write the units in there. On this worksheet, if you do not show me this written out with units, then you don't get credit for it. So 0.524 atmospheres, and volume 1 is 2.00 liters, and that is divided by P2, which is 5.15 atmospheres. Oops. So then we get out our calculators, and we go 0.524 times 2 divided by 5.15 equals. Each of those numbers had 3 significant figures, so we will round our answer to 3 significant figures, 0.203. The units, look, atmospheres cancel. The unit we're left with is liters. And then be nice, draw a box around it so I can see what your answer is. Any questions?
Would you not show your 0.203? Wouldn't it be?
Well, mine came out 0.203495. Let me do it again. 0.524 times 2 divided by 5.15.
203,495.
Yeah. So maybe you just did yours a little. What are we looking at? Oh, up there. Oh, I bet it's rounded.
Yeah, probably.
It's rounding this. So tell it not to do that. So the question that you might have is, well, what's the minimum I need to show on the paper to get full credit? Anybody is thinking that? Elliot, no?
I know you're a units person at this point. That's what I-
Right here, in the blue box, that's the minimum for showing your work. I want to see the equation rearranged with the letters. And then I want to see the numbers put in with their units. Fill it in, there's room, put it off on the side. And then I want to see the answer with a unit. Okay, so you work on 2 and 3, and then I'll do 4 in a couple minutes.